Happy Wednesday, class. It's Miss Drummond here, and today we're going to continue making tens. Our learning target for today is I will use manipulatives to make a group of 10. Read it along with me. I will use manipulatives to make a group of 10. And our success criteria is I can use a number cube, counters, and 10 frame to find ways to make 10. Read it with me. I can use a number cube, counters, and 10 frame to find ways to make 10. We've got lots of super important words in there. Manipulatives, those are our counters, our fingers, things like drawing it out, our number cubes. And then in success criteria, we have more of that good vocabulary, our number cubes, our counters, and our 10 frames. So those are great things to keep in mind during this lesson. So first we're going to draw and try to complete these soccer balls. Right now, I want you guys to count out how many soccer balls you see on the screen while I draw on my whiteboard how many soccer balls there currently are so we can work together to complete them. So go ahead and be counting them out right now. Awesome. So I went ahead and put them in a 10 frame there to help us, if you guys can see it on my screen. But we've got a couple spots missing in that 10 frame. Maybe draw a 10 frame on your piece of paper and see if you can figure out how many we are missing to get to 10. Right now we have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 soccer balls. So 6 plus what equals 10? I'll give you guys a second to try to work through that on your own while I draw through mine over here. Awesome work, everyone. Let me show you guys what I did. So these empty ones were the soccer balls already given to us, 6 soccer balls. To get to the rest of the way of 10, I had to fill in these boxes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 boxes. So that means that 6 plus 4 equals 10. 6 plus 4 is going to be 10. Awesome. Let's move on to the next one. So this is going to be on page 435 of your guys' workbooks. It should look just like what you see on the screen. It's going to be page 435. Should be right after what we did yesterday. So I want you guys to go ahead and do this along in your books with me. So what you're going to need is either a dice, or if you don't have a dice, maybe you can ask a mom, a dad, a grown-up, or a brother or sister to try to pick a number for you to make it more difficult. But what I'm going to do, since I do have a dice, is I'm going to roll that dice, and mine landed on 4. Ooh, lucky me, we had a 4 in our last problem, so that might make this one easier for me. So now I'm going to draw, you guys can use the 10 frame in your notebooks, but I'm going to draw mine out on a whiteboard since I am not writing in my notebook. Go ahead and draw out that 10 frame. And I'm going to put X's for mine. And I'm going to put 4 of them because I rolled a 4, right? So then if I were writing in my book, I would put a 4 in this very first spot. Now we can see that the equation is already written out for us. Blank plus blank equals 10. So now ours says 4 plus blank equals 10. We're going to go ahead and find the missing part of that 10. And once you have it figured out, you can write it in so that you have the full equation written down. I'll wait a second before I solve this one for you guys. I'll give you a second to work on it on your own. Awesome. So I went ahead and I used the 10 frame because that's what's easiest for me, but you guys can also use counting it out on your fingers, or you can use our number cubes, our number blocks to try to use it that way too. So I rolled a 4, so I had to write in 4, but I needed to figure out 4 plus what brings me to 10. So I drew circles to help me. Let's count those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that 4 plus 6 is going to be 10 because it fills my 10 frame. Now you guys are going to want to do this 3 more times so you can fill out all of those equations that are on that page. If you don't have someone to pick a number for you or a dice to roll, I'm going to go ahead and roll my dice, let's say 3 or 4 times so you guys can pick some of the numbers that I'm rolling. So you could use a 1. You can use a 5. You could choose a 6. Or you can choose a 3. So go ahead and use some of those numbers to make 10s in those other equation spots. I'm going to keep moving forward, but if you need to, pause the video right here so that you can go and finish that page. Once you're done with that page, we're going to flip our books. It's now going to be, instead of 435, we're going to be on page 436, and it should look like my screen, which looks like this. Awesome. And this time, instead of rolling our own numbers, they already have numbers written for us. So we're going to use our counters, our 10 frames, and we're going to figure out 4 plus what equals 10. 4 plus what equals 10. Think about what we know with our number families, our number partners. What goes with 4 to equal 10? Be using your counters, your number blocks, and all of those good tools to help you guys solve this problem. And give you a second to work on it while I do it on my end. Awesome. So let me show you guys my work. They gave us 4 because we knew that 4 plus blank equaled 10. So then we had to figure out how many more counters we needed to fill that 10 frame. And it looks like I had to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means that 4 plus 6 equals 10. Let's do that next one together again. They've already got the 10 frame on the page for you, so you can use that if you want. I'm going to do mine on my whiteboard again, but this time it's 4 plus what equals 10. So what can we add to 1 to make 10? So this is what your 10 frame should look like if you just have the one they gave to us already. And we need to figure out how much we need to add to get this 10 frame full, to have a full 10. So I'll give you guys a minute to work on that while I work on mine, and we'll come together in a minute. Awesome work, you guys. Keep working hard. 1 plus what equals 10? Okay, I'm gonna hold mine up, so pause it if you need some more time. But this is what my finished 10 frame looks like. They gave us 1. They told us that 1 plus something was gonna equal 10. So I filled out the rest of my 10 frame to figure out 1 plus how many was gonna be 10. And it looks like I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means that 1 plus 9 equals 10? Awesome work. And we've got one more on here. And this one is what plus 7 equals 10? So we have to think about 7 and what number together equal 10. So go ahead and make sure you put 7 dots there on your 10 frame because we know that one of our numbers is 7. We just need to find that other number. So with just the 7 that they told us in our 10 frame, this is what that 10 frame would look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because something plus 7 is gonna be 10. We just need to figure out what that missing number is. So I'll give you guys a minute to work on that while I work on mine, and I'll let you know before I hold mine up. Okay, I'm gonna hold mine up, so pause it if you need more time, but if you're ready, let's check our answer. We had 7, and we needed to find that missing number, and that missing number was gonna be 1, 2, 3. So that means that 7 plus 3 equals 10. Awesome work, everyone. Okay, now we've got our last problem. And it's another 10 frame ones. If you guys don't like using the 10 frames though, you can use your fingers to count it out, missing numbers, because we've always got 10 fingers. You can use number cubes. There's a lot of different ways that we can help find 10. But for this one, they want us to use that 10 frame again. So 8 plus what equals 10? 8 plus what number equals 10? I'll give you guys a minute to work while I fill out mine on my whiteboard. Good job, everyone. Okay, if you're not done, pause the video. Otherwise, I'm gonna hold up what I got as my answer and we can check and see if we got the same thing. So we knew that 8 plus another number was gonna equal 10. So I went ahead and used my 10 frame again. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 filled in because I knew that it was 8 plus something was going to equal 10. And my missing number was 1, 2, which meant that 8 plus 2 equals 10. Hope you guys were able to get the same thing. Awesome work, everyone. When it comes to making a 10, you'll notice that a lot of the numbers that we end up using are the same. That's because these are in a number family together. So we know that there's a couple numbers together that would equal 10. So let me draw out a rainbow for you guys. We know that 0, or here, let me stop sharing really quick. So we know that 10 plus 0 equals 10. What if it's 1 plus something equals 10? 1 plus, I wonder what we would need to add. What about 1 plus 9? 1 plus 9 always equals 10, and 0 plus 10 equals 10. Same goes with 2. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 1 plus 9 equals 10. And 10 plus 0 equals 10. So we end up creating this little rainbow. Let me finish it so I can show you guys what I'm doing here. And it all lands on that 5 in the middle. Notice how the 0 and the 10 are connected because 10 plus 0 equals 10. The 1 and the 9 are connected because 1 plus 9 equals 10. The 2 and the 8 are connected because 2 plus 8 equals 10. The 7 and the 3 are connected because 7 plus 3 equals 10. 6 and 4 are connected because 6 plus 4 does equal 10. But that 5 is only connected to another 5. And that's because 5 plus 5 equals 10. So these little lines, these are the family, the relationship between these numbers to equal 10. So I would practice writing out this number rainbow sometime just to help us practice knowing what numbers together equal 10. Because we use tens a lot in math. Awesome day today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you were able to complete all of your pages. See you tomorrow.